Okay.
Turning out today. It's a little bit chilly, I know, but I still think it's warmer than what it was at the potato pier last night. My goodness, it was cold, wasn't it? Okay, let's be honest about why we're here today. Because the Norfolk Conservatives have cancelled our local elections. That is a fact. I've seen the letters, I've seen the emails. Rupert's Restore Britain team did a great video exposing this. Watch it on Restore Britain's social media and see the evidence yourself. I'm going to read you the roll of shame of our 9 unelected squatting county councillors in Great Yarmouth. Carl Smith, Graham Plant, Carl Anderson, James Bensley, Andy Grant, Mike Smith-Clare, Colleen Walker, Penny Carpenter, and Graham Carpenter. Clearly a family affair. I have a message for each and every one of these people. You were elected on the 11th of May 2021 on a 4-year fixed mandate. Your mandate expired on the 10th of May 2025. You are already 9 months and 4 days past your mandate. That's 280 days you've been paid by us, the Great Yarmouth taxpayer, where you have no mandate with us, the electorate. How can they even think about staying on another full year? If they had a shred of dignity, a shred of moral fibre, and a shred of integrity, they would resign and call a by-election. Resign, you unelected squatters. They won't resign as they've got it too comfortable. Too many years of, as Rupert says, feeling it's their turn next to play with the toys. The times have changed here in Great Yarmouth. Rupert has awoken the British Lion. They won't resign as they know Rupert's Great Yarmouth First will win every single seat here in Great Yarmouth. The Norfolk Conservatives have stopped our vote. Kay Mason Billig, the unelected, squatting, cowardly leader of Norfolk County Council, asked the minister to delay the elections. And the minister carried out her will. The Norfolk Conservatives clearly do not believe in democracy. The Norfolk Conservatives clearly do not believe in asking you again if you want them to represent you. The Norfolk Conservatives do not care about your view, and the Norfolk Conservatives do not value you. I urge each and every one of you here today to take peaceful but direct action. Tag these people on social media. Email them and tell them that their mandate has expired. Be professional, be polite, but be direct. Tell them that you, the electorate who pay their allowance, want your right to vote. A chance to elect who you want to represent you. I urge you not to recognise them or address them as councillors, as they are not. They are unelected squatters. Their mandate has expired, just like the parties they represent. Tired, ancient, expired, self-serving political parties. Look around Great Yarmouth, your village, your residential estate. Does it look how you want it to look? Does it feel how you want it to feel? The collaborative efforts of the Conservatives and Labour councillors have allowed our towns and villages across Great Yarmouth to look the way they look, to feel the way they feel. Enough is enough. Give us our right to vote, as the time for change is happening right here in Great Yarmouth. It's time to restore Britain. It's time to put Great Yarmouth first. Let Great Yarmouth vote. I bring to the stage Mike French, please.
Yes, I was a bit concerned, but right. First of all, I'd like to say that thanks to Flagman for putting all these fantastic, patriotic and proud is how we should be. So why are we all here? We're here because of our cancelled elections. and the reason given is for reorganisation and, well, thank you. Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah, reorganisation of local council. That's the reason we're given. I think it's under the Section 87 of the Parliament Act of 2000 or something like that. But is that the real reason why these elections have been cancelled? I don't think so. These elections are quite often thought to be %. I think it's fairly well known that you cannot tax your way into growth. And when we look at other issues of where the government are going, on immigration, they've come up with a trick with Emmanuel Macron of the one in, one out. Now, I looked at this, I looked at some figures a few days ago, and I know Labour are terrible with numbers, but we had, at the time, about 310 people out and 367 back in. What is that all about? They must have had Rachel Reeves counting them out and Diane Abbott counting them back in. The reason why we're here is because of our cancelled elections. It's pretty disgusting what's been done, colluded by a local Conservative council and our Labour government. And we're here to make our voices heard, and you have been heard, about our cancelled elections. Thank you. I'll hand you over to Barry.
Hello, Great Yarmouth. Thank you all for being here. We're all here because something fundamental has been taken from us. Not a privilege, not a favour, but a right. That right is our right to vote, the right to choose, the right to hold our councillors to account. Let's be absolutely clear. Great Yarmouth deserves the better than the contempt that we've had. For months now, we have had our democratic right denied. While communities across the country have been allowed to go to the polls, Great Yarmouth has been left waiting. Waiting for honesty, representation, and waiting for leadership to treat people with the respect they deserve rather than disdain. And speaking of disdain, let's talk about Kay Mason-Billig, the county councillor who was involved in Stakegate, which would be funny if it wasn't so insulting. What does that tell us? It tells us exactly what they think of the voters. But that pattern doesn't end there. We then have Carl Smith, a county councillor and leader of Great Yarmouth Borough Council. He wrote a letter insisting that the election should go ahead. And yet, given the chance to actually put that into action, he refuses to resign and allow you to have your say.
This is not leadership, it is hypocrisy. Then there are our borough councillors, such as Daniel Camden, a man who publicly declared that the election should go ahead, only to then refuse, and in his own words, refuses to stab his colleagues in the back. What does that tell us? It tells us that party loyalty comes before voters. And it tells us that when the moment came to stand up for the people he represents, he chose to sit down. And while this is all happening, what else are we seeing? We're seeing waste, mismanagement. We're seeing decisions made with no regard to the people that pay for it. We have the likes of Graham Plant and the endless spend of money on pointless cycle lanes, on Middleton Road and Jellicoe Road. And who pays? You do. This isn't investment. This is a council that is ticking boxes rather than solving real problems. And while they waste your money, they silence your voice. Well, today is not that point. Today we say enough. Enough disrespect, enough hypocrisy, enough decisions made behind closed doors by people who think they are untouchable. Great Yarmouth is not a playground for career politicians. It is our home, our community, and our future. We demand the restoration of our democratic right. We demand elections. We demand accountability. And we demand leaders that serve the people, not themselves. So, let's stand together, let's speak together, and let's vote together. And when that day comes, let's vote for Great Yarmouth first. I'm going to finish on a phrase that one of our incredible leafleteers said to me last night, which is that Great Yarmouth has the word great in its name for a reason. And we will make that mean something again. Thank you all. And I will now hand you over to Maria.
I'll start with who I am. So my name's Maria. I am a ward councillor in the East Riding of Yorkshire. So I have my own wonderful beach and coastline on the East Coast. I will say big up the East Coast. So I'm from Bridlington, and this is the first time I've ever been to Great Yarmouth this weekend. It is glorious. It's really beautiful. And a massive part of that is the salt of the earth people that I've been speaking to, the wonderful people that have turned out today. Hasn't God blessed us with some sunshine? Thank you, because these aren't waterproof. I want to just say, as a councillor, and the first Restore Britain councillor in the UK, that you here today are the starting point. Great Yarmouth is the first cornerstone of this nation that is saying no to the disrespect. No, we will not be silenced. You may take away our cross this year, but it's coming, because we will be able to vote eventually. And when we do, we will remember these names. We will remember who said, oh, but party first. It's not about party first. It's about people first, place. And this place is beautiful, and you should be fighting hard for it every day. And they may take away your cross in a box, but they can't silence you. So please tell your friends, your family, book club, church, pub, wherever you meet people, make sure they hear and understand what disrespectful councillors you have. Because I'm a councillor and I'm elected till 2027. And I will do my damnedest to do a good job for my residents until the day I've been elected to do that. If it was me and my group of Conservatives said, we won't bother because we're all going to lose our seats and I want to keep getting paid for another year, because that's what it is. They're taking your taxpayers' money. They're taking your money and quite happily going to keep taking it for another year. So they should be stepping down. So you need to keep the pressure on social media. Tell everyone you know. This crowd should be 4 times bigger. And it will be. Because people are fed up. I don't know about you, but already in church, book club, pub, people are talking. But we need to keep going. I thank you all for coming out in this glorious sunshine. And make these councillors resign. Because they're going to regret it if they don't. Thank you very much. We've wonderful Rupert next.
Thank you, Maria, and thank everybody who made a speech. You put me to shame, I'm afraid. It's a lot warmer today out here than it was in the Britannia Pier last night. You may not have seen it, but I was actually shivering. It was so cold, and I couldn't feel my feet. So hopefully we can have a word with them, and next time they do an event, they can put a bit of heating on, because it really was very cold. And for those of you who came, I apologise for the temperature. I'd also like to thank the flag man. I think what he's done is fantastic. My only observation on that would be he could have included some Scottish and some Welsh flags, because we had a lot of people from Wales and Scotland who came last night, which is fantastic. And I personally think, as a nation, we're better off as a union. And I think my policy would be to restore the union, to scrap the Senate, and to scrap the Scottish Parliament. And I think there's a huge amount of support in Scotland and Wales for that. And people coming all the way last night, I think, shows that. Not always represented in the media. So look, forgive me for reading my speech, but I've had a hell of a schedule for the last couple of weeks with the rape gangs and stuff, which have been quite shocking. And I can't tell you, I cannot tell you the scale of evil that's going on across the country, and it's going on everywhere. And frankly, how anyone can vote Labour after they have chosen to kick the issue into the long grass, I really don't know. It is a pervasive evil, and we all have to collectively work to expunge it from Britain. It just can't go on. It's happening as we sit here, or as we stand here. It's just unforgivable in a country like ours that it's been allowed to happen. So let's get to the business of today. So friends and patriots, we're here today for one reason: to demand the following. Let Great Yarmouth vote. This is not an unreasonable demand. You all pay your council tax. You all deserve your vote. The good people of Great Yarmouth obey the law, treat each other with respect, and work hard. What do you expect in return? A vote. That is all. It's not much. And it has made sod all difference up until the last election, but you do get a vote. What have the self-serving little weasels at the council done? They have stolen it from you, not once, but twice. They are no longer councillors. Do not refer to them as councillors. They are unelected squatters. They take the money, enjoy the status, and steal your vote. I've been told by the police to be wary of tensions surrounding this. I disagree. Contact your fake councillor and demand that they stand down. Do it politely, do it fairly, but do it firmly. Make your voice heard. Tell them they no longer have a democratic mandate and that they no longer represent you. Kay Mason-Billig, the Conservative leader of Norfolk County Council, lied to me. She stated that she wanted the elections to go ahead. But what did she do? She begged and pleaded to the minister about how difficult it would be to hold these elections. Democracy is expensive. Democracy is inconvenient, but democracy is necessary. Mason Billig accused me of, and I quote, bitching and moaning about our elections being cancelled. My message to Kay is this: get used to it. I'm going to keep bitching and moaning until you're out of a job, Kay. Let's ask the question, why have they cancelled the elections here? The simple reason is that they know that Great Yarmouth First will wipe them off the political map. There are 9 seats up for grabs in our constituency. I believe we would have won all 9. We will push back against the relentless creep of radical Islam. We will ensure that British law remains supreme. We will ban the burqa, ban cousin marriage, and ban halal slaughter. This is Britain. We do things our way, and if you don't like that, then leave. If I get a scent of power, trust me on one thing: I will wipe the Pakistani Muslim rape gangs out of our country. I have seen and heard what these savage animals have done to English girls up and down the country. It is evil, pure evil, which I did not think was possible. It was wrong. I was wrong. It is a poison that has infected the highest levels of the British establishment. Our inquiry hearings are just the start. This is going to go on and on. And listen to me when I say this. Our aim is justice. Our aim is to put people in prison. And we will be unafraid of what we stand for. A proud, patriotic Britain. A Britain that places the individual and the family at the top of the agenda. Not the bloated, arrogant, parasitic state. Decent British people must now stand up and say enough is enough. They work hard, pay tax, and obey the law. They see those efforts funding the foreign and the indolent. We all deserve so much better. No place better represents that than Great Yarmouth, Galston, Caister, and all the surrounding villages. You are all the bedrock of decent England. It is an honour to represent you all in Parliament. You sent me to Westminster to cause trouble, and I'm doing exactly that. I'm not a popular man in that building, but let me tell you, I don't care.
We love you.
We need an entirely new class of men and women in Parliament, not failed politicians now wearing a turquoise rosette. We need individuals who have never been in politics and never been a Conservative or other MP. That democratic revolution has already started here in Great Yarmouth. Now we have to show the rest of the country what can happen when an MP is in Parliament for the right reasons. I don't need the money. I don't need the job. I donate my entire net MP salary to local charities. I am not in this for personal gain. I could be on some beach in Monaco, but I'm not there. I'm here with you in Great Yarmouth. There are 3 years until the election. The polls already have us in some places on almost 10%. I truly believe that we can win the next election. We will put Great Yarmouth first, and I believe that we can and we will restore Britain. So thank you all very much for coming, but this has to be a collective effort. You can't rely on a small group of people to carry the burden for everybody. And I think the mistake the country has made is that very often people have become too comfortable. They've been brought to the boil a bit like a frog. Well, let me tell you, now is the time for you all to jump out of that tub before you boil and to start to show you care about your country, you want change, you want your vote, and you're not going to take no for an answer. You must do it legally. You must do it in the usual British way, which is respectfully. But I think we've all got to become rather more stubborn and rather more demanding about what we want from our leaders, because they're not delivering for you, the people. And I see that every day on the Public Accounts Committee, where I watch billions of your taxpayer money disappearing down an open drain. And then we see Rachel Reeves coming, taxing our businesses, damaging long-term investment, and telling us that she's going to regulate for growth. You don't regulate for growth. Do you all know what you do for growth? You deregulate for growth. But she doesn't understand that because she's never run a business. So look, thanks for coming. It's a fantastic day in Great Yarmouth. Time to go to the beach, I think, everybody. But thanks for coming and showing your support. It really means a hell of a lot. So thanks.
If everyone wants to wave the Great Yarmouth first, things they've got, we'll take a picture from our view because it's beautiful. Right. Have a lovely day, everybody. Thank you very much.
That's fantastic. What do you think, guys? Man, get something. Yes, the people.
Hello, you're right, my darling.
Yeah, that's a bit quick though, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, what do you reckon about? I went last night, it was about nearly 1,000 people, I reckon. Yeah, that's what Milton said about 1,000 people. Mate, I'm sick, man. But it's cold. I don't know what the hell was going on in that building, it was freezing. Huh? Yeah. Oh, mate, it's brilliant. It was great. I took my mum last night as well. Yeah, I saw your picture of that, mate. Yeah, Advance UK. Apparently, like, molded to everyone's school. Yeah, that's the right thing. I need to speak to him about the Jewish question order. Gotta get him. Build it up. Gotta get him. Gotta get him. How you been? What are you doing after?
Yeah, pop down, it's it.
Oh, hey, Tom's cleaning. I'm gonna end the street, guys. I'm gonna try and get him on video. Get a little video with Rupert. Hi guys, thank you. Subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm going to Serbia next week if you want to see some Serbia footage. But yeah, peace out, people.